Welcome to This Week in Golf at Blue Rock Golf Course. I'm Matt Pitta with our co-host, as always, Nick Wiseman, our PGA Pro. Hey, Nick, another week of golf here at Blue Rock. How are you doing today?
Hey, Matt. Another wonderful week.
Great. It was a big weekend of golf. Let's jump right into some of the headlines, talk about what happened, get your thoughts, Nick. So Cameron Young cruised to victory over the weekend at the Wyndham Championship, winning by 6. That's his first PGA Tour victory of his career. He's always been kind of a runner-up. Before this past Sunday, he had 7 career runner-up finishes. That's the most by any winless player on the tour since 1983.
Yeah.
So that's really like throwing a monkey off your back.
Yeah, and boy, good for him. I'm sure that he's relieved, right? Remember Steve Young back in the day when he actually literally said, let's take that monkey off my back? Yeah, he probably felt the same way. Good on him. He had the short game that weekend to really go through it, and sometimes you get so close. And when you break through, you break through big. He's always had distance. So for anybody who doesn't think stacking the body and loading left, well, he does exactly that, and he hits it a country mile. He hits it very, very far. So, good on him. And who knows? Maybe this will start a little chain of victories, a little chain of wins since that monkey's off his back.
So what does that do for the golfer, who's maybe been out there struggling to improve the game, and they don't think they can get there? A little bit of inspiration here for that golfer, but what does it do for that professional? Is it more pressure now? So you have your first win, but now keep winning, right?
I would imagine the first feeling is obviously a lot of joy, but a lot of relief. So do you take that and build off of it? Or do you take that, and because sometimes when you see a win, you don't see them win for another little bit, because it's almost as if, they can relax, and they relax so much that they lose a little bit of focus. So it'd be very interesting to see what he does, but I bet he's extremely relieved.
So they had barely gotten off the course yesterday, Nick, on Sunday, and immediately the chatter among the blogs and everything was, does this get him onto the Ryder Cup team? They say he putts well, right?
Yeah.
Does it, or is it, this isn't going to be just enough, do you think?
I'm not sure if it's just going to be enough, but he could very well be a captain's pick. If Keegan thinks that his personality, if he thinks he'll mesh well with the team, if he thinks that he's got the course, the distance for Bethpage Black, and the knowledge of Bethpage Black, there's so many different nuances that go into those picks. Points wise, probably not. As far as popularity, he's a well-liked golfer from on the tour and from fan base as well. So, I think he's going to have a lot of support. But he's going to be a fun one to watch. We'll see.
So here's a little bit of trivia that may be to his advantage. He actually won the New York State Open at Bethpage.
Did he really?
So
that's going to play into
it.
Right? He's got the distance for Bethpage. Bethpage is not a short course. And he can gouge through some of that rough if he misses a little bit. And that rough is, you're 2 inches away from that fairway, and that rough is 3 inches deep. It's really, really thick. So he's got the speed for that. He's got the angles for that, which makes a ton of sense why he does well. So that's going to play into Keegan's decision, no doubt.
We'll see what happens. So with the FedEx Cup playoffs here, there are only 3 events left to influence the race for Player of the Year, and everybody on the Twitterverse or the Xverse, whatever it is these days, we're over the weekend and Sunday. Is it Rory or Scottie? We won't get too deep into it, but who's your pick right now, Player of the Year? Do you have one?
Boy, 2 majors. How can you not pick Scottie? For me personally, I think the most fun I've almost ever had watching a tournament. There are a number that come out to me, but watching Rory win Augusta, how he won Augusta, for me was just fantastic to watch. And I watch golf more like a referee than I do as a fan, and I was a fan on that one. But with 2 majors under your belt, I'm not sure how Scottie can't get it.
All right, we'll see what happens. Jump over to the women over the weekend. Japan's Miyu Yamashita outlasted Charlie Hull and Minami Katsu to win the AIG Women's Royal Open at Royal Porthcawl, the first major title of her career too. So, in the pros and the big leagues this week, if you will, both the men and the women with some reaching a new level for both Cameron Young and for Miyu Yamashita. So good for them.
Yeah, good for them, and good for the country of Japan, because the Japanese love their golf. Yeah. And golf in Japan is quite expensive, but they love their golf. So I'm sure the entire country is thrilled for her.
So let's jump over to Blue Rock. As you can see, another beautiful day here at Blue Rock Golf Course in South Yarmouth. And as we're sitting here coming up, the weekend ahead of us is our very popular Parent-Child tournament. coming up here at Blue Rock. There is still time to get into it, so tell us a little bit about the parent-child and what people need to do, Nick, to get up if they want to get in on the 10th.
Yeah, so when you go to that website, right, bluerockgolfcourse.com, it's actually one of the first things that you see right on the first picture. You can sign up on that tab. There are different flights, so there are different age brackets and age groups. If you don't feel comfortable to play 18 holes, you don't have to play 18 holes. You can do 9 holes with, say, younger. I've got actually my twin brother and my nephew playing, and he's 6. So he's going to be playing 9 holes. We're going to have medals awarded. We're going to have a nice little barbecue at the end. It is, a little bragging rights, all that stuff, sure. A little competition, sure. But a whole lot of fun, and that's what we're planning on doing. So more of a Scotch ball format. So hit the drive and then alternate shot. So it's actually a really fun tournament for this, a way to play for this particular style of golf. If you have a kid that is interested, or if you have a grandchild that's interested in playing, bring them out here. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's really all about growing the game of golf
Yes.
amongst the generations. We've got a lot of junior action going on this year, a lot of junior clinics, right?
Yes.
So, and even we're into the beginning of August, a lot of summer left to go, a lot of golf left to go. So what do we have available for junior clinics right now?
Yeah, and this is our first year renewing the Blue Rock Golf Academy, right, and doing it a different way. So I have not, typically on the website you'll see there is a max of 6 people and minimum of 2 people. These are small group clinics, right, either an hour in the morning or 3 hours in the afternoon. I haven't canceled a single clinic. So if there's one person, like this morning I had one kid, it was a private lesson and we were playing, we had an absolute blast. We played out in the simulator or playing some of the games. So it could very well just be a $40 private lesson right now, but obviously we want to have a lot of the groups come in because, you know, more kids, more fun they're going to have together, and the more chance they have an opportunity to meet a friend.
All right, perfect. It's bluerockgolfcourse.com for information on our junior clinics and the parent-child. You get all your info there. A couple of quick things before we wrap up this week. Nick, from my side of the world, having been a broadcaster for a long time before this, we want to say an amazing thank you and a good luck to Ian Baker Finch. He completed 30 years in the golf booth yesterday at the Wyndham Championship in the final regular season of the PGA Tour season. He was a good golfer before he went into the booth, but I think he really set himself aside in the golf world as a commentator.
Oh, what a career as a player, and thank you very much. I mean, like we keep talking about, like the parent-child, our number one goal as PGA professionals is to grow the game of golf, and throughout his entire career he has dedicated a lot of time to the sport. So thank you very much, and what a career.
Finally this week, Nick, after our show last week, I immediately went home and watched Happy Gilmore 2.
You did?
I loved it.
Okay.
Really excited about it. You know, I think, you know, the original will probably be the favorite for me, between. But I'm going to see it again because there was so much going on. I had to go back and wait, I don't know which pro that is. I have to see who that is. Some of the one-liners are pretty good.
Yeah.
The thing they do to Rory when he's...
and he catches it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I did see it. You've seen it how many times now?
I've seen it 4 times.
4 times?
Yeah. 4 times.
So I'm going to see it again.
Awesome.
So thanks to your suggestion, I jumped in on that this week and saw Happy Gilmore 2.
Great.
All right. Parent-child coming up on August 10th. Look at how beautiful it is today here at Blue Rock Golf Course as we record this. Have a great week out on the course, Nick.
Thank you, Matt.
All right, Nick Wiseman, I'm Matt Pitta. This is This Week in Golf at Blue Rock Golf Course. We'll see you next time.